Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, ShrimadBhagavatam25. As you may remember, Parikshit told Kali he didn't want him around his place. I do not want you, any of you, in my kingdom. Trembling with fear, Kali said, My lord, the entire earth is ruled by you. Where can I go? God, who created good, has also created evil, which is but the shadow of good. I have to exist somewhere since I have been created. Tell me, where should I go, and I will obey you? The king thought over his words and said, What you say is right. You can go and thrive where the name of the Lord is forgotten. You can go where there is gambling, drinking, lustfulness, and the desire to kill. Kali said, Point out to me a single spot where all these things are present, and I will go there. Gold, said the king. Gold will propagate avarice, untruth, arrogance, lustfulness, ruthlessness, and hatred. These 5 will be the places, and so gold will be the place where you will be allowed to live. Kali went away from there to the places mentioned. This is why the wise say that Kamini and Kanchana are the 2 dread enemies, which are lying in wait to destroy people. The words spoken by Kali are worth studying. He says that he is also created by the Lord, and so there is a purpose to his creation. Kali is made to live in places where the thoughts of the Lord are absent. The Lord himself is forgotten. True enough. But as Kunti said, give us misfortunes all the time so that we may think of you. People are lost in the enjoyment of worldly pleasures. If they are a success in life, they ascribe it all to themselves and not to their good fortune. Never. However, if and when troubles come, when people are in distress, then the mind becomes pliable. Suffering melts the hardened core of the ego. When something is achieved, the ego comes forward and takes the credit. But when there is failure, the ego must necessarily be pushed to the background, and humility makes its appearance. The ego surrenders itself completely, admitting defeat, and the Lord, who is present in the heart always, but has been hidden by avarana, shines resplendent. It is when one is in trouble that thoughts of the Lord come to the mind. And Kali meant this, perhaps, when he said that there is a purpose behind his creation. People will walk in evil paths and forget the Lord completely, and Kali helps them to do this. But the backsliding is really to save the soul. When they are hurt and sorely tried, people will turn their minds toward the Lord and be saved. This is what Kali means when he says evil is but the shadow of good. 17. Shringi's curse. Once King Parikshit went out hunting. While chasing a deer, he lost his way. Overcome with thirst, hunger, and fatigue, he wandered about. Finally, he saw an ashram in the distance. He hurried toward it. He went inside and shouted for someone. The king found the place empty, or so he thought. Walking around the place, he found a rishi who was absorbed in meditation. His eyes were closed, he had brought his senses and his breath under control, and he was oblivious to the world around him. His hair was matted, and he was wearing the skin of a deer. The king spoke to him and asked him for water. He received no response. Again and again he asked for water, and he found that the rishi persisted in his silence. With his mind clouded by physical anguish and his ego hurt by the seeming indifference of the rishi, the king lost his temper. He looked around and found a dead snake lying on the ground. In a perverse frame of mind, Parikshit lifted the snake with the tip of his bow. Placing it on the neck of the rishi, he walked away from there. Still, Shamika, the great rishi, did not wake up from his trance. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.